Good evening and welcome to Light in the Darkness. When Mike and I got married 20 years ago, I was about to join a ship and go on a major operational deployment. I was refused leave for a honeymoon, and so I spent the first few months of my married life on a ship under operational training, preparing for deployment within sight of our new home. That was quite frustrating. And then came the next phase when just a few weeks later, the ship deployed for 4 months. And like everyone else on board that ship, I had a tick-off chart. From day one of the deployment, I knew when I was coming home. And I also knew when I was going to see Mike, because we had the chance of a short stop in Antalya in Turkey, and families were encouraged to fly out for a couple of days with their loved ones. So our plan was our honeymoon would be 2 nights in the Sheraton in Antalya. The tick-off list worked well. It meant that the time until I got home and the time I saw Mike got shorter and shorter. At least it did, until the day I met him at the airport in Antalya, when the first thing I had to tell him was that actually the ship's programme had changed and we were going to help support relief in Sierra Leone with an uncertain date on our return to the UK. Suddenly, life changed and we felt that the rug had been pulled from under our feet. However, as human beings always do, we coped and we got on with it. There's an end to that story, but I won't bore you with that tonight. But at the beginning of this lockdown period, I said it was a bit like being on deployment. And it has been. For me, it has not been difficult, although I know it's been so difficult for many people. But the lockdown period has not been very difficult for me. What I'm finding hard is knowing that there are targets in sight, but not knowing when we will be able to achieve each one. I like to know. I like to have my tick-off sheet and be able to say, that's one done. And it seems to me at the moment that I can't quite do that. But the truth is, I got back from deployment. You know that because I'm sitting here. And one day we will look back and say, we've got to where we needed to be. But it's not just yet. But hope is important. And it will come. Good night, and God bless.